My name's Frankie Rankin. I'm the CEO of Single Parent Scholarship Fund of Northwest Arkansas. The mission of Single Parent Scholarship Fund is changing lives by encouraging personal success. And we do this by supporting single parents that are going for higher education with scholarships. But I always like to say that we're so much more than a scholarship because we provide supportive services for the single parent and their children. The families we serve are single parents who really have come to a point in their life where they want to better themselves and the future for their children.
I'm Erin Hollingsworth, and I work in the Hershey Company in Bentonville, Arkansas. I'm from Bentonville, Arkansas, born and raised. I had my son, Connor, when I was 19 years old. After that, I decided that I needed to go to college.
Single parents are not lacking motivation. They are extremely motivated. Their challenges are that they don't have the resources that they need. They don't always have a support system to help them.
There would be days where I wouldn't have gas money to get my son to daycare and get myself to school. There's a lot of mom guilt that comes with that. Being able to go to school, work, and then also be a parent. It was really tough because then you felt like you didn't have time to be a mother, or you didn't even have time for yourself. And sometimes you need that time for yourself. There was one time I went into their office in tears and just said, I really need help with this. They sat down with me, helped me make some phone calls, and really gave me that push that I needed to take my next step wherever I almost felt paralyzed to move forward with something. They gave me that encouragement and that support I needed to take my next step. You can tell the team really, really cares. Anytime you have any sort of issue, even if it's beyond school, I knew that I could go in there and talk to the staff. And if they didn't have the answer, they had the resources to help me, point me in the right direction. I didn't think I would make it through my first semester. So to make it all the way to getting a master's degree was just mind-blowing to me. If you would have told 19-year-old Erin that was a possibility, she would have been like, nah. And so I think a big moment for me was walking across the stage when I got my first associate's degree and having my son be able to see me accomplish that. And I thought it was very important for him to see me walk across that stage to kind of plant that seed in him that he can also accomplish a lot of things. So that just really ingrained it in me that I wasn't a failure, I was actually a success story.
My name is Kat Fahey. I live in Springdale, Arkansas, and I work for Walmart. I found out University of Arkansas has a degree called Supply Chain Management. And so I did a little bit more research, found the Single Parent Scholarship Fund and reached out to them and asked if this was a degree that they saw potential in, if it was one that they were able to assist with. And both of those were strong yeses. I was a very heavy alcoholic for many years. And it wasn't until I made very bad choices and ended up being pregnant that I had a wake-up call and had to make some big changes. I got sober. I moved to Arkansas with my family to have more support. And that is when it was part of a rebirth in trying to make a better situation for my family. That's actually what even led me to go back to school. My kids really want to have someone to have a full table and to have a second income to be able to do more fun things and things like that. But you have to explain that some things have to keep you safe. And my priority is them. And it's always them. I always tell them my first job is to keep them safe. If it weren't for Single Parent Scholarship Fund, I would not have been able to go to school. I wouldn't have gone to school. I wouldn't have even tried, I don't think. Having the Single Parent Scholarship Fund support me emotionally was a game changer because I didn't believe I could do it myself. I didn't think it was in the cards for me ever, but learning that I am worthy of it, that I do deserve the chance. I do deserve the help. My girls deserve the help, but it's not just that my girls deserve a better life, but I deserved a better life too. And that was something it took me a long time to be able to accept that. And the Single Parent Scholarship Fund is who really drove that message home for me.
My name is Rowan Fahey, and I go to Don Tyson School of Innovation. My mom's school was definitely very stressful for her, and then also balancing a job with that, with also 2 kids as a single parent, can be very difficult. But she always found a way to still make sure that she had a smile on her face for all of us every single night. And my mom pushed through those challenges that she did have throughout her life and showed that a journey that no matter where you start, doesn't mean that's where you have to finish, doesn't mean that's where you have to end up. You can push past those struggles and you can push to become a better person and better version of yourself for the people around you and for your family.
I think that children of our single parents have a really unique perspective because they're getting an opportunity to see their parents really truly make sacrifices in order to better their future. And I think it gives them a greater appreciation for what the future can hold for them.
I don't need the big mansion. I want just a nice, happy, clean home that has food in the fridge and clean laundry and little things like that. Just a happy, almost what you see on TV, just maybe less cheesy.
My name is Leah Mackey. I am a registered nurse at Washington Regional Medical Center in labor and delivery, and I am from Springdale, Arkansas.
I think Leah's story is absolutely a story of resilience. She has been a victim of domestic abuse. She has 4 children, and she has overcome all of that.
I've been a labor and delivery nurse for about 14 years now, and I am now in school for my nurse practitioner. It's all online, so it is all something like everything's just posted, and I have to make sure I'm committed and staying up to date on everything and getting it done in time, so it's all up to me. I was married for 14 years. He was controlling, physically abusive, emotionally abusive, financially abusive. I eventually made the decision that we needed to get out for our safety. I no longer felt safe leaving my kids alone with him. And I now was stuck with trying to figure out how I was going to rebuild and take care of 4 children on my own. Both financially and emotionally and everything that comes with that. He had come back and he tried to kill me a year after I had divorced him, and I had just started school, and I remember thinking, I'm not gonna let him be the reason I don't finish and the reason I just stop again, that he wasn't gonna take anything else from us. We were gonna do what we needed to do to make it, and I wasn't gonna let him have that control anymore. The healing process is a lot. I mean, I was in therapy every single week. All 4 of my children were in therapy every single week. Some of them more than one therapy. Some we were doing occupational therapy and counseling and seeing a psychiatrist. And all 4 of my children sleep in the same room as me still. They won't even go to their own rooms. So it's still definitely a process that we're working towards, but it's something that we've made a whole lot of progress on with a lot of counseling and therapy and help from a lot of other people. Currently, I work 12-hour shifts every weekend, and I'm also doing clinicals during the week, Monday through Friday. So it's a lot to juggle all of that, a lot of not sleeping, and a lot of just juggling your time and kind of staying very motivated to get it done and knowing that it's going to be worth it in the end, even though it's difficult right now. I actually have an amazing support system. So I actually live in the same neighborhood as my mom and my sister and my brother-in-law, my aunt, my uncle, my grandma. My dad lives maybe 10 minutes away, and they are an extremely helpful support system. The Single Parent Scholarship Fund of Northwest Arkansas gave me the ability to do counseling because I couldn't afford it otherwise. The amount of things that they've been able to give us and help us to make ends meet and still be able to continue with our plans and goals of getting through school so that I can provide a better life for my kids has been indescribable. It definitely gave me that sense of stability to have a group behind me that I knew was going to help support me throughout this journey. The meaning of success for me and my family, it would be finishing school so that I can get into a job that I'm not working 12-hour shifts or nights or weekends or holidays, and I'm able to spend that time with my children. I would just be able to go to my work and do my job, but then come home and enjoy my time with my children.
By the end of their journey, they're holding their head high, they're walking with confidence and pride, and they are excited about what their future holds, and they're excited about what they have accomplished and what that has taught their family.
Like I'm breaking out of poverty and getting to where I need to be. So not only am I able to break that and also be able to financially support myself, my son, his future plans to go to college, but also I'm able to give back to the community. I can influence the future for other single parents, sharing my own experience.
After everything and all the trauma and everything, it does become something that the ability to enjoy things and have fun is hard to let yourself do, especially when you're juggling all these other things, and just being able to at some point relax again and be able to make happy memories and enjoy my children and their lives and them growing up will be a big thing.
When someone supports Single Parent Scholarship Fund, they're making an investment not only in a scholarship for a recipient, but they're making an investment in people's lives. They're changing the trajectory of a family's future in our community. They're becoming our workforce. They're becoming our nurses and our teachers and our social workers and our IT experts. And it is incredible to see the journey that gets to happen because somebody gave $100 or $1,000 to support a single parent while they're going to school. And to now see those single parents working in the community and providing resources back to the community and supporting the community themselves is absolutely incredible.